Hi, I'm Hazel. It is almost Saturday, so it's time for a new vlog. This week, they put patch 7.3 on the PTR already, which is not terribly surprising because they've been pretty on the ball with getting that rolling not too long on the heels of the most recent patch. So it's up and available for testing, and it's got a lot of new stuff going on in it, and I really can't wait to dig in and get through that. I'm going to make videos for everything just as soon as I finish the Tomb of Sargeras guides, which I am doing now that I am home. Don't get too upset if you're excited that 7.2 just arrived and you're not ready for a new patch yet. I mean, it's gonna be a while. It's got to incubate for some time, but it's gonna have a new raid, not at launch, but it's gonna have a new raid. It's gonna have a new dungeon. I'm gonna back up so you can see my kitty cat. Yeah, that's the one. I don't know if you can. Maybe I need to back up more. How far can we go? Oh, that's it. That's as far as we go. So yeah, they're going to be updating professions. There's going to be more relic customization, so maybe a return of that 2 trait relic thing. We're not quite sure. And then the thing that I'm most excited about that I'm probably going to look at first once I get in there is spell animations. They're updating spell animations for casters. They say Shadow Priest is coming, but it's not there yet, so I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait for those ones, but I'm very excited. They are doing them. Apparently they don't have any animations at all while they're like working on them, so I think that would be kind of fun to go around and like shoot out all your shadow stuff, but not actually move, just kind of like spit it out. It'd be funny. So yeah, what else happened this week? After another week of tomb progression, so after week 2, our guild is now 4 of 9 heroic, so after a lot of wiping, we only managed to kill 1 additional boss, but she was a real big wall. Mistress Sassy, Sassy Naga lady, she's mean. She's really mean on heroic. She seems to represent a pretty big difficulty jump up from where you were at before with like Harjitans. We got her down. We didn't have quite enough time to keep going, but I'm sure we're gonna be able to get farther next week. And from what I've seen as far as like the mythic race goes, it seems like that's a pretty common theme. There's a couple guilds that are 7 of 9 now, but of the guilds that are progressing a bit more slowly, a lot of them seem to be hung up on that 3 of 9 wall. So it's nice to know that it's not just us and that lots of people are having problems with the Sassy Naga lady. One thing though is I have had the worst luck getting my tier. Conch has not been dropping for my guild. A couple pieces here and there. I do have 2-piece, but 2-piece doesn't seem to... Like, I tried wearing 4+2, and it wasn't doing much. There just wasn't enough time to mind flay to build up the thingies, so I really want my 4-piece, and I think I'm actually gonna have to do LFR, because the first week of Tomb LFR is available now, too. You can go do the first 3 bosses on LFR, so I'm gonna do that to try and get my tier legs to drop, maybe? We'll see. I'm probably gonna do that in the stream this afternoon. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've gone and done LFR, but my 4-piece is so good for me. I need it. I really like just hate that transition period where you've got like half of this set and half of this set and a couple pieces over here, and you've got like these legendaries and this might be better for this, and I just end up with like 6 equipment sets and a whole bag, like 30 slots filled with extra gear. And I just want to wear 1 or 2 things. That's all. I need to get rid of some stuff, but right now, because it's like that in between, I just want my 4-piece. I want to get most of my tomb stuff so that I can have my equipment sets and then not mess with them anymore. What else this week? My trip was really nice. We took the dog, we drove all the way up to the Oregon coast and spent a couple days out there. So we saw the aquarium. We learned lots of facts about sea lions and sea otters and kelp. So we did the aquarium thing. We spent some time at the beach. We ate lots of really good seafood, and it was just really, really nice to get away from home for a few days and just kind of hang out in the beach. It was very relaxing. We spent some time with some family. We met up with the in-laws out there and shared an Airbnb, so it was a really nice trip. I got to spend some time with my camera taking some bird pictures. I'll try and find one for you if I can dig it out of my gigantic, like... I took like 200 pictures of birds, and I think 3 of them are okay, but I'll find it. But yeah, I'm home now. I have a highly detailed list of all the stuff that I'm ready to go do, and I'm just going to spend as much time as I can just getting into that list and chugging out as many videos as I can and getting generally caught up, because I really want to dig into that 7.3 stuff. There's some really cool looking stuff on there, and the PTR is just kind of my jam. Questions from this week. Leon asks, what's your favorite place in Canada to explore? So... lots of cool places in Canada to explore. I'm a little biased because I grew up on the West Coast and I didn't spend very much time. I only went to the East Coast like once. I did Toronto for a couple of days and that was about it. But Victoria and Vancouver, depending on what speed you want or if you've got a bunch of time, do both. But they have just like, they're just the coolest cities to visit. You know, you've got like the really great food. You've got incredible live music. If you can hit Victoria right around Jazz Fest, you're going to hear some really awesome live music. There's lots of like natural stuff to explore. You're never really too far from a really gorgeous hike, like almost anywhere in BC. You're never more than like half an hour from some really awesome scenery. I'm a little biased because that was my neck of the woods, but it's awesome and I can't wait to go back and visit. I haven't been to the museum, the Royal Museum in Victoria with like the mammoth display. I haven't been there in ages and I want to go back. Rozclad asks, what is your favorite part of Legion so far? So I read this question and I wrote it down and I sat and like thought about it for a while. And I was trying to think of like one specific thing that really jumped out at me as being awesome about Legion. Because I agree with your friends. I do think Legion's much better than Warlords so far. Warlords kind of suffered from the problem of it was sort of half like they had kind of started it and then they realized they were just going in a really awful direction. And it seemed like halfway through they just hit the brakes on it and then decided to just toss it out and start over with Legion. And we ended up with this really half-finished expansion that didn't have very much going on in it. So Legion's got a lot more to do. And I think my favorite thing that's in, because the Trial of Style was probably the most fun I've had in Legion so far, but that was just PTR. I can't wait till that gets here in August. But that's going to be like a little event. I think the biggest consistent feature for me was World Quests, which is weird. Nobody gets excited about World Quests. Nobody wakes up in the morning and goes, ah, yeah, I'm going to go do my World Quests. I really think that they nailed the daily quest model, because nobody really likes daily quests, but it's kind of an empty game with nothing to do without them, and I think World Quests really hit that sweet spot of they're rewarding, and they're varied enough that you're not doing the same thing every day, but they're not so varied that you don't know what you're doing. Like, you've done these quests before, so you know all the tricks, but you're not doing the exact same ones every single day. And then, but because they're always around, it's okay if you skip a day. It doesn't really matter if you fall behind. You don't have to clear the map, you don't have to do all the AP ones. You don't have to hit every gold one. You can just kind of do what you feel like and then stop. And then whenever you feel like doing more, there will always be more. And that was something that took me a little while to figure out and to really come to terms with, is that you don't have to do everything right. It's okay to let some of them expire. There's going to be more. There's always going to be more WoW to play. And I think World Quests are really the most consistently rewarding part of Legion for me so far. As somebody that just likes to log in now and then just do a little bit of stuff and feel like I really accomplished something. I think World Quest did really well for that. So that's my week. It's a little bit abbreviated because I did spend about 3 days just on a beach, but I'm going to be streaming this afternoon at our normal time, and I hope to see some of you there. I'm going to be doing viewer LFR. From what I understand, we can queue for LFR as a raid, so I figure I'm just going to do that first wing of Tomb LFR with as many people as want to come as we can jam into a group, assuming that we have enough tanks and whatever. So we're going to do a little LFR, and then we'll figure out something to do. We'll catch up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them as comments on the most recent vlog, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye. Bye.